Praises and glory and honor is due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. News in the gospel, abroad, lifting up the standard. If you have Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Reverend may be. It's Aki Mahalo. You're coming back with another lesson through the Spirit. Lord's will to be edifying. Title, it's not a matter of if, but a matter of when. And I'm speaking on behalf of prophecies and the end of this man's kingdom, the end of this man's world, as we know. This first rulership, or the first heavens passing away, okay, which is Esau's rulership. Okay, we're in a time now that we're in a transition of power. Okay, that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is getting ready to switch over the lane, so to speak, and give the kingdom to his people. Like it tells you in the book of Daniel, the 7th chapter, it says that the saints should be given the kingdom of the Most High. All right, and we're going to take it by force and by violence, because it says through violence Babylon is brought down. Okay, so with the whole thing, with that being said, aka America, if you pay attention to the headlines and you look in the news and the different tabloids, but if you pay attention to the headlines, man, hey, they're talking about an imminent global world war, because I found out that Russia just moved its missiles to what's the name of that particular border? It crosses my mind, but basically they're moving their nuclear missiles closer inland, okay? Because this whole Ukrainian conflict, which this whole Ukrainian thing been going on for ages, okay? 2014, 15, 16, this Ukrainian thing is nothing new. If they use that as a ploy to justify global infrastructure disruption, food supply shortages, etc., which the food supply, the shortages have been for years now, man. Like they told you 2 years ago when the pandemic kicked off that food shortages was going to be a particular thing, okay? Because they was dumping global supply chains then, okay? 2015, 16, 17. This is nothing new. You're just seeing the results of it now, because Esau is putting it out there in the media. But this has been the same thing that's been undergoing, but they're not hiding it anymore, because it's time for them to get their so-called new world order up and kill you off, or they're gonna put you back into slavery. But for people like us, they have no use for us in the new world order, okay? Especially those of us that's speaking against it. You see what I'm saying? So through the Spirit, hey, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is switching over, and he's getting ready to bring this society down. All right, because now they're talking about by fall this year, we're going to have global supply shortages. It's going to be pretty much a famine, which this is all orchestrated. It's all concocted, okay, because the elites have been planning this. Because if you look at the World Economic Forum, this guy, Klaus Schwab, he said it. He said, look, you people will own anything. You people will own nothing, and you will be happy about it, okay? So if you pay attention and let that sink in, that speaks volumes, man, okay? Which Klaus Schwab is I believe he's like a son of some type of neo-Nazi, some whatever the hell he is. But either way it go, he's a goddamn devil. All right, and they're gonna pretty much put you Jakes back in hardcore slavery, man. All right, and the ones you that don't comply, they just want to kill you off. You know, so there's no bright future here for you people in Babylon. Okay, because if you pay attention to it, man, if you go to the stores, things are gradually inflating. Okay, and right now it's not even really anything new, because everything was pretty much staved off. Everything was sitting in the ports out there in the Pacific Ocean, and a lot of that stuff they euthanized, they destroyed, you know, they hoarded up. They took a lot of those when they appeared to be shipping these containers to these stores, these Walmart, Targets, and your Price Choppers, your Cub Foods, your Food for Lesses, man, you know, your Natural Grocers, your Whole Foods. A lot of this stuff they're actually shipping to these mountain retreats, because video came out that a lot of these truckers, man, they were just dumping up pallets in these high mountains and leaving them there, man. Why? Because that's for the elites. That's for the top echelon of this society, because they know what's getting ready to happen. Like the White House, it's pretty much been closed down for a while now. You know, no conference that Psaki and are probably not even in the White House. You know, I just speak as a man when I say that. A lot of it can be on the bunkers and on the wall. We can expect global food shortages, because right now everything that you're seeing in the stores is really just off reserves. Okay, it's not anything that's really coming in new. It's off reserves. You know, that's why a lot of the shit don't really taste good. You know, like I remember like last year, and even going to 2 years ago when everything, so to speak, happened. Matter of fact, last year, take that back. last year when we started seeing a disruption of the global supply chains and the food chains. You know, at the time they was destroying a lot of these food factories. They've been destroying a lot of these processing plants since the early 90s, man. You know, but regardless of that, I remember like when I was in the store last year, and a lot of the stuff that they were putting on the shelves were old shit, man. Like one night I wanted to make some tacos, and I got some shells and shit like that, and a lot of times they just repackage the shit and put it in brand new, or they just print another date. They just put another date on. There's nothing to print another date on one of those boxes, man. But I bought some taco shells, man, and the date was like, let's say if I bought this shit in March 23rd, 2021. The expiration date was clearly like the mid of April, okay? The mid towards the end of April, because you know they got preservatives in every goddamn thing now. You know, everything is pretty much shelf life forever, even though it's bad for you. So, man, I made some tacos like the next day, and I bit into the goddamn shell, man. The shit was stale. I'm like, wait a minute, man. Why is this shit stale? And the goddamn date say April 20th or some shit, man. You know what I'm saying? And I looked at it, and when I went to the store, I'm like, well, that's why, because they ain't got shit. Everything is back stock or reserves, man. You know, ain't nothing new here, so they just gonna let you people buy up everything for the time being, and they just gonna pull the rug from under you, man. Why? Because hey, they want to get over to this digital system. Okay, and when they collapse the dollar, that's when they can edge forward with the MOTB prophecy, man. Which a lot of you Israelites, I just don't get it, man. You know, like this nigga Nate, this guy Nate, right? Everybody is putting this dude. Look, Nate, the Most High just plagued you with a disease. Like you was literally looking like you was finna die, man. Okay, you literally on your deathbed. Nobody heard or seen you in 6 months, and then your little crony gonna say, "Keep the bitch's name out their mouth. He's getting healthy." Look, man, we ain't heard from you in 6-some months, and then you come back appearing to be righteous, you know, talking about, oh, well, the name is Yahweh Shai, but what about all the time you blaspheme the name of the Lord? Like the scriptures say, Satan, he can transfer himself into ministers of righteousness and angels of light, okay? And that's what a lot of you charlatans in Israel do. You know, you appear to rule the people with your fancy accolades, and then you ain't nothing but a damn demon, man. Because now everybody's glorifying this guy, talking about he's Elijah the prophet. How the fuck is he Elijah when, you know, Abba Bivens, which is, we believe through the spirit, when they say Elijah will come and restore all things, and they didn't restore a goddamn thing, man. Okay? And for one thing, Nate, if Nate was Elijah the prophet, or whoever the hell they said he is, he won't be teaching no goddamn Christ, man. Okay? I mean, you know, you wouldn't have been teaching Christ from the beginning. Because it says he would come and restore all things, not to dismantle or disrupt. Because when you teaching Christ and you calling yourself an Israelite, a Hebrew Israelite that's supposed to speak the language of Hebrew, which is the Lashon Kodash, then you ain't got no business using Christ, man. Okay? So you guys gonna get caught up out of there, man. All right? And a lot of you followers out there, a lot of you dudes gonna get caught out there, man. You know, straight up, because hey, you're not in the right spirit. Here we in all hell is getting ready to goddamn break loose. And you jakes are still playing games, man. But you know what? It's a beautiful thing, because like I say, I'd rather y'all than us. Because y'all making it not easy, but y'all making it easier for us to be in that winning number, man. Come on, man. It says, don't you know that the friendship of the world is enemy with the Most High? But whosoever therefore be a friend of the world, they are an enemy of the Most High. Yeah, Khan, I mean, you know, that was a little bit off topic, whatever, but, you know, that's the point. You know, a lot of you guys out there, you are of the world, you know, and honestly speaking, a lot of you Israelites are very worldly, you know. A lot of you females, a lot of you are worldly, and a lot of you men that call yourselves leader, you worldly as hell, okay? Worldly is all fucking hell, man. Like the brother went into the telepathy powers, man, you know, so to speak, going into the intentions, I forgot the intents of men, so to speak, because you had prophets, man, that was able to know things, which is basically a discernment of spirit. You know, like sometimes you can just discern spirits and know what's what. Like myself, I could kind of, it just depends, you know, for the most part, I can kind of read people and know if they ain't right or not, you know, but even that comes with some serious meditation, because sometimes, you know, you don't have that ability and sometimes you do have it. But like a lot of times, man, if you're dealing with a man of the Lord, he already kind of know what you're about. He already kind of knows how to size you up, man. That's why when all hell break loose, when the Lord bestow that blessing and that power on certain men, that's gonna help us navigate through the darkness of this place, man. Because they're talking about blackouts this summer. You know, the control energy and stuff like that. They're talking about rolling blackouts. You know, and that's just the name but a few. You know, water supplies disruptions out there in Cali. They're talking about they're short on water, but I'm like, how the hell you gonna be short on water when you got a goddamn ocean out there, man? Like, you got the biggest ocean on the planet Earth, the Pacific Ocean, and yet you niggas are talking about you short on water? What kind of, that don't even make sense. But, you know, dealing with Esau, anything wicked is possible. You know, here you got a big body of water, but, oh, we have no water. The fuck, man? You got a lot of water out there, man. You know, use it. You know, because if you took care of the earth the proper way, if you took care of the earth the proper way, you wouldn't have this problem. You wouldn't have shortages, man. Okay? Because the cycle of life, everything replenishes itself, man. Same thing if you kept the land Sabbath. If you kept the land Sabbath properly, you wouldn't have to do GMO. And you really don't have to do GMO. You just do it because you're the devil. But you wouldn't have to make the excuse. Well, you know, global supply of fossil fuels and so forth. You know, we got to close down plants. All that's wicked, man. You doing that because that's your nature. You're the harbinger of death. Like Revelation, the 6th chapter says. The pale horse, man. Okay, the pale horse being the power to kill with death, hunger, and destruction. And that's everything we seeing playing out here. Death, hunger, destruction. People getting ready to starve to death. They're talking about people in the UK are getting ready to resort over to fucking cannibalism, man. Now, they're not saying it in the mainstream, but you got to go on like natural news and stuff like that. Okay, which I was kind of reading an article on it last night. I started doing a lesson on it late last night, but the spirit wasn't really dealing with it, man. So I was just like, I can't put that out there. I'm like, I don't even sound like I'm in the spirit. So I just kind of cut it like I make up for it today because it was pretty late. You know, I was like, let me go ahead and get this third show out because I didn't pump out, you know, which is not, no matter how many shows you pump out, but I feel convicted if I don't sometimes do more than 2 shows because it just, my sacrifice unto Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Every man got their own walk in this thing. But, you know, I just felt kind of bad. I'm like, fuck, man. I had a long day and didn't have a chance to really sit down and do anything. So I'm like, all right, let me go ahead and do it. And then I tried to do it at 11 o'clock last night. I was sleepy. I wasn't making no, I don't know. To me, I wasn't really sounding really efficient, you know. And you got them days when sometimes your lessons are smooth. Sometimes your lessons be like, what the fuck am I even saying, you know? But it all comes out because it's the spirit that's speaking through you. Sometimes, you know, we just overthink shit. And that could have been the case. Because when I listen to it, I'm like, it don't sound too bad. But when you speak on things, you want to be certain, you know. You don't want to be like you guessing. You want to be certain when you're speaking on these things, man. Okay? Because to be in the know, you have to know. All right? And that's one thing about, you know, us brothers, we getting stronger and just really being solidified in the information, you know, because the doctrine is always going to be on point regardless, you know. But anyway, like I was saying, a matter of if, okay, so it ain't no, that may happen, that ain't gonna happen. Nah, man, you can't use that whole 100-year thing. It tells you in Ezekiel, the 12th chapter, it says, what is that proverb that they said in Israel, that the vision he's speaking about is afar off, okay? This vision is not afar off anymore. This is like literally down the street, you know? The vision is literally right here and it's made plain upon tables, man. Like Habakkuk says, make it plain upon tables. Okay, and the end is she'll speak and not lie. It's not lying, okay? Biden even said it. Now, if you don't, like I said, if you don't take it from us, take it from Biden, okay? Biden said, look, there's going to be food shortages. Believe that, nigga. Because they said in 2 years ago, 2 years' time, we're going to start seeing a global food change and shortages. And look, they wasn't lying about that. You know why? Because they're the ones that's behind it, man. Okay? These Edomites are the one that's causing this. Why? Because Esau wants to bring in that one world government, man. That's what it's all about. So he can charagma everybody. Like my man, I'm on the bar say, he said M to the O to the T to he's a T busy, man. And that's exactly what's gonna get busy. Because when they turn on these towers or whatever frequency, when they turn up, you people are gonna go, you know, you people gonna be like fucking Megazords out here. Like when the Power Rangers put the crystals in that damn robot and it powers up, that's how, hey, Esau gonna turn you people up out here. Because people really been like on edge lately, man. Like within 2 days, I done seen damn near 2 fights. I seen a nigga get robbed in the parking lot, almost beat up and snatched out the car with a fucking gun. And then I was at this place, man, and 2 of these jakes getting ready to fight. I'm back in my mind. I'm like, man, y'all talking all that. I'm like, if y'all ain't gonna fight, then y'all chill that shit out, man. You know, just selling wolf tickets, but nonetheless, everybody is on edge. Everybody is on edge. Everybody's all juiced up. You know, I was reading an article. They said over 5 billion people and took that goddamn juice, man. Okay, that's more than enough for population eradication. That's more than enough. So hey, they got their herd. They got their herd immunity. They don't need nobody else. You know, and the ones that didn't take that bullshit, they just want to kill us off. Well, so be it, man. You know, hey, because when you come on us, the Lord is going to raise that standard up, brothers. You know, like the brothers out in LA, they saw them chariots up there. And hey, we've been seeing chariots. I mean, we've seen them here quite a few times. I remember one time we was at camp. We was just in the camp, man, and we saw the chariots right on adjacent to us. Like the scriptures say, birds flying. They looked like literally birds flying. And they were changing shapes in the air. I was trying to get the brother on the camera at the time to get it on him, but he couldn't. I guess he didn't get it on him. He didn't get a good footage. It was on GMS Kansas City 2, page long gone. We still may have the footage backed up in the archives somewhere because we still got a lot of old videos. But if we put them up, they gonna take them down, because that was, you know, that was our more controversial days when we was able to really say what the hell we wanted to say, you know, without any problems. But eventually they clipped all that shit, man. So I don't know, man. It just we was real wild back then. So it wasn't wild, but you know, we were just like, look, man, we don't give a fuck. We gonna come out here, we gonna teach, we gonna curse you out, and it is what it is. And that's what the prophets did, you know. So but anyway, yeah, we saw the chariots over the camp, you know, and hey, the Lord showed us that even here myself, I've seen a swarm of chariots. And I know birds don't fly that damn high. I was going to the barbershop. This is like, I think this was probably a year ago. And I think I may have gotten that on camera too. I might have some pictures of it. It was like a year ago, man. And I was driving to go get my hair cut. And all of a sudden, I saw like this little, it looked like a jet, but it didn't have no fuel behind it. I was like, what the hell is that? And they flew over me. And then I looked up. I mean, these were chariots. They were doing swirls and changing shapes, but they were way up there. And I know birds don't fly, even eagles don't really fly that high. So I was like, wait a minute, those are chariots. Had to be, because I mean, they was way up there. I was like, oh shit, call Allah Yahweh Shimi Habashai, you know. But yeah, brother, so just a matter of when, not if. Ain't no if the MOTB, it's when the MOTB. Ain't no if the destruction, it's when the destruction comes. Because the destruction is coming, man. Martial law is coming. All hell break loose is coming. Famine is coming. Pestilence is already here. Go. All right? Pestilence is here. Turn on your signal next time. You know what, man? I can't stand you fucking Edomites. These people are too entitled. That's exactly why this judgment needs to come, man. Because you know what? When the Most High raise up these jakes, these crazy ass jakes out here, you Edomites are gonna pay for all that wickedness you've done. You know, you thought that the whole world hates you. Wait till the Most High allows these out here to get loose on you. And wait till the Most High raise up the elect with that spiritual power. Just wait till the Most High raises us up, man. You people are going to be like, oh, shit. Y'all done pushed the wrong buttons, man. You know? We ain't going to be like some guys out here that's trying to use guns and all that dumb shit. Nah, we ain't on that. We ain't on nothing carnal, man. We going to wait on the Lord like the scriptures say. But anyway, with that, brothers, all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Shemi Habashai, Bashim Rakakwadash, double honors to the apostles, elders, a great millstone, blessings and salutations to the whole elect, Shalom, and a Baba Ball.